Hey, Slither, but oh no, what is this? This is an armored man attacking me. I'll run away around the pillar. Oh no, there's two of them. Look, there's one this side, and oh, there's one this side, and oh, there's one this side. I want to talk about attacks of opportunity. You weren't expecting that. Attacks of opportunity are D&D's most broken mechanic and have been in the game since the early days. And let me explain the problem. If this armoured knight was fighting this big snake's going to try and coil around him and do all sorts of stuff, and maybe he tries to coil around and fails, so he ends up over here, and then the knight comes and has another stab. He tries to constrict him again, and no matter what period of history your combat mechanics are drawing their inspiration from, the one constant is that in hand-to-hand fighting, there is always movement. There is adjusting for position, there's ducking and diving and avoiding blows and accidentally kicking the table whilst you're making videos. And there's all this dynamicism to a fight. You take that moment to pick up something heavy and hit them over the head with it. And that involves them ducking, and you end up over here fighting, and then moments later you end up over here, and you're backing away because they're really good, but then you start getting them on the defensive and you go forward. But in D&D, that can't happen, because the moment you move out of base-to-base contact is the moment they get a free attack. In D&D, people stand rigidly still and fight, ha 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 ha. And for me, that is the most immersion-breaking, ridiculous, stupid, messed-up mechanic that anybody ever thought of in a tabletop game. In this room, it probably makes no difference, but let's start dressing it with some decor you might expect to find, and all of a sudden we've got, well, still a rather sparse room, and an insect has died there. Excuse me, bye. It's probably been there the entire time of filming. But now we've got things to interact with, and as a GM, as far as I'm concerned, these characters can go anywhere in this room, pick up and interact with any element in this room, and use it on the snake, and that's fine. Because if you don't do that, you're forcing a stale, stagnant situation that's not only unrealistic, but from a role-playing sense, it constrains the things you can do and limits you to things you can only reach in arm's length. And that's broken. Absolutely broken, both in a gaming sense and a mechanical sense and a storytelling sense. It's broken on all fronts. This is a stupid mechanic. I mean, clinically stupid. The person who thought this up probably needs help breathing. It's a bad idea, and it's easily solvable too. Now, it might seem common sense and rational, like, you turn your back on me, of course I get a free attack when you run away. But the reality is, in a combat, that's not how running away happens. You break off. Oh, distance, I can run. I think I got away from him. He didn't get a free attack because he's just a toy and can't actually force choke. The point is, I'm out of breath and need water. Or aloe drink, whatever that is. But do away with this mechanic, but there are times when it makes sense to grant a free attack. A character is distracted by something, an explosion, a thunder flash going off, a dragon arriving in the room. Whoa, fuck! There are times when, as a GM, you can say, I think that warrants a free attack. But don't use it as a rule in the game that just exists, and it's like, no, you're no longer in base-to-base contact. Even without miniatures, people still do this, like, I want to run away. Oh, they get a free attack. Why? Why the hell do they get a free attack? Why? What have I done? What have I suddenly done wrong that in the rest of the fight I wasn't? There are times in a combat when you're not toe-to-toe with someone, especially, double especially, triple especially, if you've got a polearm or a halberd or other long-reach weapon, or a longsword. You know how long those are? Where's my sword? I haven't got it. Hang on. This isn't even a longsword. And you know how far I'm actually touching the tripod right now. See how far away I am? I'm barely even leaning in. What are you going to do? How are you going to get your hit on me? All I got to do is lunge forward just a little bit, tip my weight slightly further forward and then lean back and run. It's easy. Disengaging from a combat is easy. The problem happens next turn when the fucker catches you up because you're running away because you're out of breath. I tell you, when you get older, you can't hear high-pitched tones and, you need to work out. Didn't have to do this when I was young.